Yeah, I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48. Built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay. And this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7th. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Their own 26-yard line.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
58, come on. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Blue draw corkers.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Snap. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. A gain of 6 there on first.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
Topper!
2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4.
Bravo! Get it!
They'll set up the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. Second and 5 now. Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Carr. Catch made, it's Moreau. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there heals a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Caught left side, Williams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Mike 42, check, Mike 42.
To throw, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Steps away. Out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
You ready?
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the 2nd time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away. It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Carr. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, it's Carr. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Here we go, here we go.
Ready.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the Raiders have got him. Cleveland Farrell drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. And the Rams have opened it up to lead by a couple of touchdowns now. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Maurice Hurst on the tackle. It's a gain of 3.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Let's go, D. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down. 4 down. 11. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Check 26. Check 26. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, zoom.
57.
Zoom.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 23 yards on the play.
1st down, Raiders.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
They run it with Jacobs. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now a play fake. Carr. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. To throw his Carr. Caught by Gates, left side. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Carr's throw here caught by Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Running is Jacobs. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Antonio Gates, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Pull it together. Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
Ready weapons.
57, Mike.
Hey, high 7.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time.
Right up.
2nd and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Ready.
So back-to-back
30 days.
incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, wahoo.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Now.
They'll drop the throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down, Raiders.
Now, Mike 180. Mike 42, check, check. Mike 42. Get him, get him, get him.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now Carr on the bootleg. He's got the first down inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now Carr. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I got him. Get it.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Ready. 10-2 start.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this will be a touchback as that saves. Over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Carr. Working the middle here. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the Raider first down.
We own it. We own it.
On first down, Jacobs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 44-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
We're good. 185.
Carr now to throw. And that's complete to Gates. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Check, check. Lucky.
Carr keeps it on the sneak, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
What down? 280.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Even. 4 down.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Now, to 180.
Watch the run.
On first down, Carr. Now this will be caught. TRL Williams. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
One more time with Jacobs. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. but I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. TRL Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Down. 60 or.
65. 65.
2nd and 9 now. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
General West.
58's the money. 58's the money.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. But he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
This is 3rd and goal. Still looking for the first points of the game.
Hey, Delta.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Big trip.
Now back to throw. And he's got the connection to the tight end Graham. Touchdown Packers. Jimmy Graham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit.
Jimmy Graham. Touchdown, Packers.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. The Packers keeping the offense out there now as they'll go for 2.
Let him know. Let him know.
Hey, Charlie.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 for Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Get it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, it's Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now they'll throw with Carr. Got his man, that's TRL Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Down. Blue 80.
He's scared. Strong right. Strong right. Strong right.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
From the 16, Carr out to the left. That's where the tight end Moreau is. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. And look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Down. 180.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
Mike's 42! Mike's 42! Let's go one more!
To throw, it's Carr. That is caught by Brown. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
57 to Mike. 57.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one. He's got a man complete. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers get a score closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Let's go.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Jacobs now. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the second time. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Now Carr, he's going to look deep down the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
2nd and 2. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Graham. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do? You got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Bomber, 22 jet bomber.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 25 yards that time. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Down to lose one.
Now.
They're going to look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll look to throw here. It's caught outright by Graham. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Hey, Echo.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Crunch time, defense. 58, boys, 58. 58.
Get it.
They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Carr going to throw here. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Raiders.
What now? Blue 80.
Pick me up. Here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Oakland, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Green Bay,